Technologic.
Marketing Tech Blog.
Technologic. Buy it, use it, break it, fix it, crash it, change it, make it, upgrade it, chart it, point it, zoom it, press it, snap it.
I am so happy with that intro. That is the best ever. Oh man, I love you guys. That's fantastic. Go out and check out marketingtechblog.com when you get a chance. Subscribe by email, mobile as well. Edge of the Web Radio, of course, has all the information on it. But on the Marketing Tech Blog, we did a lot of infographics this week, so check those out. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about was something that I recently spoke at a show at. Mix West here was here in town. For people that don't know, it was held at University of Indianapolis. Fantastic venue, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're looking to do a conference. I can't say enough nice things about the staff there, the rooms, the technology. Everything was just fantastic. And Mix West, of course, was awesome. Mix West used to be Blog Indiana. Now I think they're going to go. Next year it'll be probably multi-state. So try to get Louisville up here, try to get Chicago down and stuff. But what I talked about was about social media crisis, trolls, and blunders, because there's a lot of businesses out there that are truly afraid of social media. And part of the reason why they're afraid of social media is because there's pundits out there that spread the fear, and there's people out there that just every time a company makes a gaffe, they make a huge deal. Mashable, as much as I like that site, Mashable makes a big deal about every company that makes any type of little tiny mistake.
Right.
And so my speech is basically about what are the after effects of those mistakes, and 100% of them, I took Mashable's top 12, top 10 mistakes from last year, and I talked through each single one of them, and none of them had lasting effects on the brand.
Of course.
Not a single one. So, McDonald's had a big, gaffe, and their sales went up. Snickers had a huge gaffe. Their sales went up.
Vodka company had
all of them did okay afterwards. Now, of course, you want to have a plan in place on how you're going to take care of that stuff. But the first thing is, if you're going to get on social media with your business, expect customer service requests. That's the first and major, and don't defer them. On a big company scale, one of the companies that I got upset with was Pizza Hut. I tried to order on their mobile phone and it didn't work. And then I checked out on iTunes and their ratings were terrible. Now I had downloaded it already, but their ratings all said it's not working, it's freezing, it's shutting down, everything else. Yep. And I couldn't believe that they had all those complaints out there and nobody was handling them. So I tweeted. I went ahead on Twitter and contacted them, and I said, hey, have you guys ever checked out the reviews of your app? Because it just broke on me too. And they said, hey, go to pizzahut.com/phcares and go fill out this form, and our developers will be in touch with you. I said, no, I want pizza. I don't want to fill out a form, And so I said, no, I just downloaded Papa John's app. It worked great.
Appreciate
Thank you. And it was true. I did. But my point was that had that staff had the ability to say, man, we're so sorry to hear that. Can we give you a call? Connect with us on Twitter. And
how about a coupon? I'm sorry for your problems
or a coupon, there. And I don't even think that's always a mandatory.
And you're not really looking for it. You're looking for helping them.
Pizza.
Well,
yeah. I mean, I was taking the time to report it to them to let them know, you got a real problem here. And what it appeared to me was the people taking care of their social media didn't have the power to actually make change. And that's the problem, is that a lot of companies put their marketing department on social media, but their customer service department and their sales department are separate. Well, the problem is if I'm looking to buy your product or service, I need to talk to a salesperson. So it would be very easy to take that tweet, let's say, and email it even internally to your sales department and say, hey, Tom, could you could you go respond to this online for me? And Tom picks it up and says, hey, Doug, thanks for that. If you follow me, we can DM, get each other's phone numbers, and take care of this. And so the first thing is that customer service is first on social media. Now, the great thing about customer service being on social media is it's public.
That's right.
You're absolutely showing people how your company responds to situations and how your company responds to problems online. And so I think it's very important that when people see that, they take it seriously. So, monitor your social media. You can use alerts. Typically, if you work with an agency like Site Strategics, they have software that can monitor for certain keywords, your product names, people names, company names, and you can literally get instantaneous alerts that say, someone just mentioned you on Twitter. So you don't have to sit there and monitor it all day, but you can respond to it immediately.
Yep.
And so taking care of these things immediately is what's important, because within social media, what tends to turn into a crisis oftentimes is something that's unhandled.
Yep.
Someone doesn't respond because they're Monday through Friday. They look at their Twitter stream on Monday morning at 9 o'clock, while Saturday afternoon something bad really happened. And so they wait all that time. By that time, it's turned into this blistering troll fest of people out on the internet saying, yeah, I hate them too.
And by that time, trying to dig yourself out of that flares up even more reaction.
Absolutely, because
now you get a magnet of people that are wanting to actually flame up the entire atmosphere.
That's exactly it. So crisis turns into, it typically gets that way from a momentum issue.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to one, that's fine. If you're a larger company and you have an attorney, it's important that an attorney basically reviews your plan on how you're going to respond with social media issues and crisis and stuff like that. But you should never go see an attorney to respond to a tweet or to respond to Facebook. You need to take care of those things immediately, and legalese is only going to make it 10 times worse. Yeah. To date, I haven't had anybody show me or anybody prove to me that a company has been held responsible for, a bad tweet with customer service or whatever, and, fined by the FTC and thrown out and everything else. So this is conversation.
That 140 characters is not a contract.
Yeah, exactly. The other part about social media crisis is we look at them like they're taking forever, but typically it's just minutes, hours. So even when it's on Mashable, if you look at Mashable actually has a timeline where they show the interest. The interest fades, within hours or days. It goes away, and it's because the next company made a mistake. And companies are going to make mistakes. We're all humans, So the other part is, if you handle it effectively and handle it really fast, it'll just go away. You don't have to worry about it. Another thing to do is, you have friends and you have family. This is why it's so important when you're on social media and you're on Facebook or you're on Twitter, follow your clients, follow your customers, follow your vendors, because when you get attacked, those people will come to your rescue.
Right.
And that means a lot more than you responding directly to something. When you have a team of people behind you
and defending you
that love you, and you can say, I could say, Aaron, I don't know if you saw that last tweet that I got, but I'd really appreciate it if you could talk about the time that I helped you.
Right.
And now Aaron goes and says, Doug isn't that kind of jerk. Well, I am, but
I don't got time for that.
but recruit those people, because it means so much more in that way. Remember that fear pays. The social media gurus out there that they want to come charge you thousands of dollars to write a policy and a plan and everything else. They're going to work this up, and they're going to tell you, oh my God, you should see the people getting destroyed. Let me show you these examples on Mashable and everything else. It's not that bad. I do recommend seeing your marketing agency and putting together a simple policy for your employees so that they know what they can and can't talk about online, whether they can or can't talk about the brand online. If you got someone with tattoos and rings through their noses and they like going out and shooting, AR-15s on the weekend and sharing all of that on Twitter, maybe You don't want them associating their brand on their profile.
I'm not following the negativity there.
I'm not either, but I'm just saying. So you just want to make those things clear with your employees, and then hold them accountable to that afterwards.
Excellent.
Yeah, and then Jason Falls, who I love down in Louisville, he comes up here very often. He has some great advice for people. Here's what, as a last item on here. Back in 2010, he formulated a 6-step system for handling, people giving him a hard time. 1, acknowledge their right to complain. Tell them, oh my gosh, you're absolutely right. That is terrible. Let me take care of that. Apologize for the situation if it's your fault.
Right.
If it's not your fault, you can still defend your turf. This is your company. This is your honor, your product, your service. Assert clarity in your policy or reasons. If you're not going to apologize, say, hey, you had a 30-day trial. So, sorry it didn't work out, but that's what you clicked okay on. Assess what'll help them feel better. Sometimes it's just easy to ask a customer, how can we fix this?
Pizza.
Yeah, pizza. But seriously, how can we fix this? How can we make this go away?
That breaks down a lot of walls, right?
Because it means that you're open to doing that.
Yep.
Take action, obviously, and then abdicate if they persist. So in other words, if someone keeps attacking, get it offline.
Yeah.
Say, you know what, this isn't useful. This isn't good. Us being on Facebook having this debate. Can we make an appointment and have you stop by the office, or can you call?
Yep.
And so that we can take care of this, because that's done in the public forum. People will see it and they'll respond accordingly.
Well, is there another one? Just don't insist on user error. Trying to avoid that. Must be your fault.
Another piece with that is don't be anonymous.
Right.
Even if you're a brand on Twitter or Facebook, put your name there. Say, hey, this is Doug from the Marketing Tech blog. I want to handle this, straightforward for you. And now people see a person. Yep. It's easy to yell at a logo in a brand. It's a lot harder to yell at a person.
You're listening to Edge of the Web Radio with Aaron Sparks. We're online with exclusive podcasts, the latest web news, and links at edgeofthewebradio.com.